Hey, I'm Jeff and welcome back to another video. I think one of the most frustrating things about owning houseplants is when you have a specific plant or plants in general that aren't growing or thriving anymore. And that's the case with these allocations right here. Despite giving them consistent watering and fertilizer, they're just no longer growing or thriving. Now, I grow houseplants in both natural and artificial light, and the difference between the two growing conditions is consistency. All of my plants downstairs receive light from grow lights, and they are on timers for about 14 hours a day, and they're just absolutely thriving. Now, when you grow houseplants in natural sunlight, there's variable factors that can determine the amount of light that your plant gets, and one of them being the season that you are growing your plants in. Right now, it is fall here in Canada, so the days or the amount of sunlight is much shorter compared to the summer months. So despite having a little bit of direct sunlight on the leaves this morning, it's not for a very long time. So I think that these plants right here are going a little bit, or they're going dormant just because the days are getting shorter. So despite being next to a window, you would think these are getting enough light, but you can see right now they're pretty much in full shade, and they've only had maybe some consistent light for about an hour. Otherwise, it's been kind of overcast day. Don't pay attention to my dirty windows here, but when the sun goes behind the clouds, obviously they're not receiving sunlight. And then if you live in a fairly rainy region, then that just cuts down on the amount of light that your plants are getting as well. And a good way to determine whether your plants are receiving enough light or not is using a either digital light meter, or you can download one on your cell phone. You can see right here, it is only getting about 90-foot candles. Over here, same thing, about 100-foot candles. So this is low light. Down here, a little bit closer or a little bit more sunshine, you can see it's around 500, 600-foot candles. But right here at my alocasias, about 200-foot candles, maybe a little bit lower, 150. So that is definitely low light. Be sure to check at different times of the day as well. So this is a south-facing window. This is a west wall, so it gets a little bit of eastern sun exposure in the morning for maybe a couple hours. But like I said, today it is fairly overcast, and with the days being shorter, these plants are definitely, or these alocasias are definitely not receiving enough light. Pickles hasn't been in any videos for a while, so I think it's time to put her back in one. But once you determine that your plant needs a little bit more light, you can supplement it with a grow light. And there's many different types out there. This one is a pendant. It's providing extra light to my Dieffenbachia as well as all my Aglaonemas. You can get grow bulbs and that sort of thing, but I'm going to try something a little bit different with my plant shelf. I'm going to be installing and trying Soltech's new product called the Grove. It's a full spectrum LED light bar. It has some pretty cool features on it. You can touch it, basically give it a double tap and it will turn on. It's dimmable as well. It comes in two colors. I'll be using the white for obviously the white shelf. Now it does have these little mounts on the side, and you do have to line it up. You can see there's two copper or gold pieces, and you just basically clip that together. It is magnetic, so the installation should be fairly simple. I'm just going to roughly line it up where I want. It does have an end piece like this, so I'm just going to drape the cord down there for now. Okay, so roughly equal on each side. Something like that, like that. So roughly right there, and about an inch back. So I'm going to put it right there. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this side. Actually, I'm just going to take this off for a second. Remove the sticky casing and just push that on and hold for, it says 15 seconds. So it's pretty well centered, not exact, it's maybe off by like 1/8 of an inch. And then I used one of those little cord clips up top here just to keep the cord a little bit organized right at the top, right up there. Now to plug it in, I just attached the cord to the connection piece right here. Now I'm just going to plug it in and let's see how it looks. Okay, first impression of the light, it is awesome. I love that it is the same color as the shelf. It just looks like a built-in feature, a custom feature of the plant shelf. And you can see it does have a swivel here. You can turn it and adjust it as needed. This is a really secure adhesive pad to the shelf. It's not coming off. And let's test out the on-off feature. So you double tap. So it turns off. double tap again, turns on, and then if you tap it once and then hold, it's supposed to dim. So you see the light is getting dimmer. See how low it goes. So I'm still holding it. So something like that, and let's see if we can get it brighter again. So there you can see it's getting bright. So that is a super cool feature of this grow light. I'm going to keep holding it until it's at its brightest. One thing I really like about this, oh, I just realized that little sticky pad must have fallen off because the cord is hanging. But one thing I really like about this is the color of the light. It's a natural warm light, whereas if you buy some like light bars or light strips off of Amazon, they have more of that pinkish tone. I don't like it. I like that this is a natural looking light. So overall, I'm super excited, or super impressed with the grow light itself. Now I kind of want one for every shelf. Now I placed it up here just because this probably receives the least amount of light compared to the rest, with the exception of the very bottom shelf, but I kind of want the lights for all the shelves now. But we'll see how this one goes, and I'm going to move these lower light or low light tolerating plants down here, and then I'm going to move the alocasias up to this plant shelf right here, and then we'll see over time, hopefully in the next couple weeks here, hopefully we can see some new growth. I'm really hoping that my Frydek recovers here, because it doesn't have any leaves right now, so I'm hoping it gets a new growth point right there, and it's got a little corm in the bottom. So I'm really excited to see if this grow light perks up these plants. It's almost been 3 weeks since adding the grow light to the plant shelf here, and you can see there are 2 others which I'll talk about here in a minute, but I wanted to show you the updates with the plants that have been receiving extra light over the last couple of weeks. And I think the most surprising thing is this Alocasia Frydek, even though it's not called a Frydek. The Frydek is actually the variegated. This is the Miculitiana. I can't pronounce that, but I'll leave it up on the screen. Within a week or so, the bare stem started to produce some new growth, and this new leaf has been opened up or unfurled for probably about 5 days now, and I'm hoping that it'll start to get a new leaf there along the petioles. So quite a dramatic and quick turnaround. It basically went from no leaves to one beautiful leaf. And then here is the silver dragon, and you can see it's already starting to get a new growth point. This thing hasn't done anything for months, and within a couple weeks you can see it's starting to get a new growth point. I just added this Hoya Crimson Queen here as well, and then this dragon scale. Again, the leaf hasn't declined any further, and it looks like, I'm just going to turn it around, it looks like it's getting a new growth point right there as well. So they're all responding to the higher light. This right here is an Anthurium Frigetii, which I've struggled with since basically purchasing it, and I've recently changed it to leca and water, and yeah, you can see there's some water in there. I just got a little reservoir down there, and it is getting a new leaf already. So again, within like a matter of a week or two, this new leaf started to pop out. And then here is my fishbone or rickrack cactus. Again, it wasn't doing anything just because it wasn't receiving enough light. And look at all the new growth on this one. So it's got a couple new stems popping out. Everything is looking really healthy. So far, I'm really impressed with how the light is performing and how my plants are responding. Now, Soltech was kind enough to not only send me this one, but they sent me 2 black colored ones here as well. I wasn't sure what I was going to use it for, but I decided to add it to this shelf here, just so some of these Hoyas can push out a little bit more growth. Here's a Ripsalis, and then here is my combined Neon Pothos, as well as my Philodendron Brazils. This shelf was basically receiving low light for the majority of the day, with the exception of, like I said at the start of the video, a little bit of direct sunlight in the morning, but that doesn't really last very long. Oh, I got a little ladybug just crawling down the window here. So although I would prefer this one to have been white, I'm really happy with being able to have another one of these to try out for this shelf, just to see how these plants respond. So I do need one more down there as well. And then, yeah, I have a little bird's nest sansevieria down there. It's just kind of just existing. It's not really growing. Yeah, but anyways, so with the other light, I decided to try it up here on the wall, because you can wall mount these as well as mount them underneath a shelf. And this golden pothos, even though it's right beside a window, obviously it's not receiving any light, and you can see that the majority of the leaves were just kind of turning towards the light source. It's getting a little bit bare on top, so I decided to try the light up here just to provide some more top-down light, and then it can provide a little bit of supplemental light to these Hoyas up here as well. I didn't use the sticky pads or anything on the wall. I basically just used the 3M sticky tape. I just added it to the back of the brackets, and then that way I can easily remove the sticky tape once, or if I need to move the light, because I have destroyed my wall. You may have seen it in other videos. Where is it? Right down here. I did have this shelf taped to the wall, or another shelf taped to the wall, and when I replaced it with this one here, it basically just tore my wall to shreds there. So not happy about that. I'm trying to avoid that situation again. So you can screw it in, or you can use the little sticky tabs that come with it, but this is that easily removable 3M sticky tape, and so far it's holding up quite nice. And yeah, I just quickly taped the cord to the side. I should also say that I did install these two lights here today. I'm just kind of putzing around. It is in fact my birthday. I turned 43 today. Just want to show my birthday present. This is it is a Saskatchewan shirt with the red Western lily. That is in fact our provincial flower. So yeah, and then here's Oscar. He hasn't been in any videos for a while. He's getting a haircut tomorrow. He's pretty fluffy. So there's Oscar, and then Pickles is having a little bit of a rest here as well. So yeah, let me know down in the comment section if you have any comments or questions. Let me know what you think of these lights and of the overall growth within, like I said, just under 3 weeks. So yeah, pretty crazy, I think crazy growth, even though it's one leaf. I'm really looking forward to seeing how much more they actually grow throughout the winter, and then how this pothos here responds as well. So let me know what you think of these lights, and if you have any other comments or questions. So otherwise, thanks again for watching my videos. Take care, everyone. Bye.